Welcome to today's broadcast of Carroll High School Athletics. This is CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports. Now, here are your Carroll Chargers.
Hello and welcome everybody to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. I'm Matthew James. I'm hoping Ian Davis will come up here eventually. And I'll be calling today's game for you between the visiting Braves of Bellmont and your Carroll Chargers from the Dean R. Gorsuch Athletic Complex. We had some technical difficulties, so we could not bring the first inning to you. The score is 1-0 Bellmont after one. They scored on a triple and then an RBI single. Carroll was not able to answer, and the first batter of the top of the second, Nick Fueling, flies out to Matt Kowalski in right. That is the first out of the top of the second. Peyton Loniger is on the hill today for your Chargers. He is 2-2 on the season with a 3.20 ERA. He has been struggling as of late. He didn't get a lot of help out in the field in the first inning, I can tell you that much, as the first pitch is a ball high to Ben Baker. Second pitch is rip foul, strike one, 1-1 count. Loniger was not able to reach base back in the home half of the first. Carroll had Ginder got on base, and Wilson, after a hit, was picked off trying to advance. There was some confusion on the base paths as one runner was they eventually told him to come home off after third, and Wilson was coming to third. Then third base coach told him to stay, as this pitch is popped up by Baker, and some confusion there, and Ross Coble cannot make the catch. It'll be a 2-2 count on Ben Baker. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties, and after one inning, Bellmont has a 1-0 lead. A 2-2 count on Ben Baker with one out in the top of the second. Loniger's pitch is out. Baker out in front of it to third. Coble throws across the diamond to Ginder for out number 2. So now coming up for Bellmont is number 7, Philip Baumann. There's an interesting lineup tonight for Carroll, and I'll read that to you in a moment. Loniger's first pitch is just high for ball one on Baumann, who is DHing tonight for Bellmont's pitcher, number 17, Matt Chronister. And I'll read you the entire lineups as soon as I can. Loniger's second pitch is a breaking ball low, ball 2, 2-0 count. Third pitch is hit hard into the outfield, into left, and it's over the head of Wilson. Baumann running to second, and he will be stopped there with a good throw from Wilson into the cutoff man Hansen. But that is a 2-out double hit very well, almost to the wall by Baumann. So with 2 outs here in the top of the second, there is a runner in scoring position for Bellmont. And now batting the ninth hitter, number 10, Brooks Farrote. Loniger did not get any help, as I said, in the first inning, as the first pitch is a breaking ball for a strike to Farrote. There was a fly ball that should have been caught instead over the head of Kowalski, I believe, and it turned into a triple. After an out, there was an RBI single, which gave Bellmont its 1-0 lead. Second pitch was high, ball 1. Loniger's third pitch is hit to the first baseman Ginder. Loniger covering the bag, and he will step on first, beating Farrote by a couple of steps. So that will end the top of the second inning. Your score is Bellmont 1, your Chargers 0. Chargers are coming to bat right after this at the bottom of the second on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. We're just about set for the bottom of the second, and coming up first is the fifth hitter, DH Mason Newman. Newman he pitched a fantastic game the other day to lead Carroll to a win. The first pitch is a strike from pitcher Matt Chronister. He was able to get through the first without allowing a run after a base running error by Grant Wilson, and he was picked off second. Second pitch is a little bit away for ball one. So a 1-1 count on Newman, who is DHing for Grant Inman today, who is playing shortstop. Pitch from Chronister is swung on and missed by Newman, who was a little bit under it. A ball and 2 strikes. The entire lineup is Connor Hansen playing second, Tanner Ginder playing first, Grant Wilson playing left. Pitching and cleaning up is Peyton Loniger. One moment. Chronister's next pitch is swung on and missed by Newman for strike 3. So he goes down quickly. After Loniger was Newman, then batting 6th and catching Elliott Ford. Batting 7th and playing right, Matt Kowalski. Batting 8th and playing third, Ross Coble. And batting 9th tonight and playing center field is Drew Tranquil. Elliott Ford up now and takes the first pitch breaking ball over the plate for strike 1. Chronister has looked pretty good so far in his work. Second pitch is a breaking ball low and away for ball 1. 1-1 count. Ford has been one of the most reliable players for Carroll this season. Has one of the highest averages, is fantastic behind the plate. Pitch from Chronister swung on and missed by Ford. 1-2 count. Chronister has a lot of velocity on his pitches. Ford, his average has dipped a little bit. He's in a bit of a slump, down to 244, but he still has a 358 on base percentage. And the fourth pitch from Chronister is a little outside for ball 2. 2-2 count. Ford has no homers and 7 RBIs on the season. 2-2 count. Chronister's pitch is ripped by Ford in left center field, but coming over is the center fielder Gunnar Carroll, and he records out number 2. So now batting for your Chargers is right fielder Matt Kowalski. Kowalski had a home run the other day in a win by Carroll. Carroll is 11-5 on the season. That first pitch to Kowalski is a strike over the outside corner. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the second. Carroll, Mason Newman led them to an 8-0 win over East Noble with another fantastic pitching effort. He is back-to-back. He got an 8-inning shutout in his start before that. Second pitch to Kowalski is a little high for ball 1. Kowalski on the season hitting .229, his average not great. Third pitch is swung on and missed a little under the ball was Kowalski. 1-2 count. But Kowalski did hit a home run in that game against East Noble, and he has a high .420 on base percentage. The pitch from Chronister is taken, and it is at the knees, strike 3. So Chronister, a couple of strikeouts in the bottom of the second, a very successful inning. That one looking, he got Newman swinging, and now between the second and third innings, I'll read you the lineup for Bellmont. Batting first and playing left field, number 15, Brian Fullenkamp. Batting second and playing center field, number 22, Gunnar Carroll. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 14, Landon Baker. Batting cleanup and playing third base, number 5, Brian Hakes. Batting fifth and playing second, number 21, Matt Stidham. Batting 6th and playing right field, number 2, Nick Fueling. Batting 7th and catching, number 6, Ben Baker. Batting 8th and DHing for the pitcher Chronister, number 7, Philip Bauman. And batting 9th and playing first base is number 10, Brooks Farrat. So those are your lineups. I'm sorry they're a little bit delayed. The score, 1-0 Bellmont after 2. Peyton Loniger back on the hill. He is going to face the top of the order, Fullenkamp, Carroll, and Baker. He was able to escape the second inning after allowing a 2-out double by getting Farrat to ground out to first. So left fielder Brian Fullenkamp is up for the second time today. First pitch from Loniger is a breaking ball, a little bit high for ball 1. Loniger is has 28 strikeouts and 18 strikeouts and 12 walks on the season. Second pitch grounded to Coble, throw across the diamond high, and it forces Ginder to jump off the bag, so Fulenkamp will be safe at first. So, that's going to be an error on the throw from Coble, so an E6, and Fulenkamp is on. Now batting Gunnar Carroll, who's playing center field tonight. Seems Carroll might be bunting. Pickoff move from Loniger, and back in there safely is Fulenkamp. Bellmont is 9-3. Both teams are undefeated in conference play. Loniger's pitch is bunted on foul by Carroll. Carroll 3-0 in the NHC, Bellmont 2-0. So one of those teams will lose their perfect conference record tonight. Pretty even game. Carroll ranked 27th in the state compared to number 30 for Bellmont out of 387. Loniger with an 0-1 count on Carroll. And the pitch is bunted on right back to Loniger. He will go to second and get the out. Connor Hansen, a very good defensive player, playing second, makes a nice scoop, and that will give force at second. Fielder's choice. Carroll will reach on to first. Now batting is shortstop, number 14, Landon Baker. We'll see what he can do in his second at bat. One out and a runner on first. Loniger checks on the runner Carroll. The pitch is a breaking ball at the waist for strike one. Good pitch. In defense, Carroll is ranked 53rd in the state compared to number 30 in offense. They are a better offensive team. Belmont's a better defensive team. Belmont's 64th in the state in offense and 24th in defense. And Loniger is one of the key players for Carroll. He's got to have a good outing. It's a pickoff move. Not even having to slide was Carroll. A good job by Ginder to keep that from going behind him. So again, an 0-1 count on Landon Baker, and another quick pickoff move. Carroll again back in there safely. Last pickoff move was quick, good attempt there, but Carroll has quick feet, didn't even have to slide in the last two pickoff attempts. The pitch, he is going, and it is fouled off by Baker on the hit and run attempt, and that is an 0-2 count on Baker. Loniger does have 12 walks on the season in just 19 2/3 innings. So that is not the control you want. But we'll see how he does in today's game. He did not walk anybody in the second. And the pitch is high and outside, ball one. 1-2 count on Baker. There are 3 Bakers on the team for Bellmont. Brett Baker, Ben Baker, and Landon Baker. I'm not sure if there's a relation there between any of them. Loniger and Carroll again going. The throw down from Ford is well in time, and Inman makes the tag on Carroll. The pitch was up and away, so a 2-2 count on Baker. And Ford is a fantastic catcher. He's a good offensive player, a good defensive player, and he might just be the engine for this team. Loniger's pitch is right over the middle with a fantastic breaking ball. Strikeout number 1 for him, and that will end 2.5. The score is 1-0. Bellmont. We'll be right back with the home half of the third on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
This is Dave Ginder, head baseball coach of the back-to-back state champion Chargers, and you're listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports. We're just about set for the top of the third inning here on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports. Excuse me. Ross Coble up, and he fouls one off. A little bit of a technical difficulty again. I apologize. There's a 1-2 count on Coble. You did not miss any outs, so nothing too important. Cronister's pitch is swung on and again fouled off by Coble. And Cronister has looked very good so far for Bellmont. He is a junior, but he's got plenty of talent, and he could be a lights-out pitcher for them next year when he is a senior. And the pitch is a little check swing from Coble down the left field line, foul. Still a 1-2 count. Coble on the season is hitting .292 with no home runs and 11 RBIs. Koval is one of the key players for Carroll. And this one is popped up into foul territory down the left field line over in foul ground, and making the catch is left fielder Brian Fullenkamp. So now batting ninth tonight for Carroll, normally in the leadoff spot, center fielder Drew Tranquil. And he was most likely moved because of his strikeout problems. He has struck out 13 times on the season in 16 games. He has also walked 15 times, so even though he has a high on-base percentage, he was not efficient enough in the leadoff spot as he takes a breaking ball down and away for ball one. So it is still interesting to see him all the way down in the lineup there. Batting Connor Hansen leadoff tonight. And Tranquil rips the first pitch to short. The throw across the diamond to Ferrot is in time. So good throw across the diamond by Landon Baker. So there are 2 down now here in the bottom of the third inning. And now leading back up for the second time is Connor Hansen. He struck out looking in his first at bat, the first of 3 strikeouts for Chronister. He is waiting, trying to get the sign from his catcher. Now gets it into the windup, and the pitch over the plate on the breaking ball for strike one. Hansen also strikes out often. He's been put into the rotation recently. He has a .238 average, but has walked 7 times, so his on-base percentage .429. Second pitch from Chronister is a fastball fouled, well out of play by Hansen. 0-2 count quickly on him. He has struck out 3 times so far in 21 at-bats, so not horrible, but he's not known for his offensive prowess. He is definitely known for his skills defensively. He made a great leaping catch last week and takes the third pitch outside, ball one. Chronister is throwing with a lot of velocity. His breaking ball has a lot of bite. It's going to be tough to hit him. And the pitch is another breaking ball. Hansen well out in front of it for strike 3, his second strikeout of the game, and that will end 3 innings. The score, Bellmont 1, your Chargers 0. We will be right back with the top of the 4th on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
This is Dave Ginder, head baseball coach of the back-to-back state champion Chargers, and you're listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Just about set for the top of the 4th inning. Due up for Bellmont is the 4-5-6 hitters Brian Hakes, Matt Stidham, and Nick Fueling. Hayes is the cleanup hitter. He is 1 for 1 in the game, and the pitch from Loniger is a breaking ball low and outside for ball 1. So far in the game, the pitchers have looked pretty good. 1 hit, run 1 on 3 hits for Bellmont. Loniger's second pitch, just inside and a little over the head almost of Hakes. 2 balls, no strikes. And just no runs on 1 hit for Carroll. Both teams have 1 error. Third pitch from Loniger, a changeup fouled back. 2 balls and a strike. Loniger has looked pretty good in the game, but his defense has not helped him out. The pitch from Loniger is fouled, or hit high in the air, pop up into foul territory. Inman calls him off and makes the catch. And the ball came back into fair territory with the wind that is blowing out to center field today. So that is an F6. Inman is in for his defense. He has not had an at-bat yet with the varsity team, but he is tall and lanky, and he is a very good defensive player. So that is out number 1. Matt Stidham is up now. And the first pitch to him is a breaking ball just off the outside corner for ball 1. Loniger quickly set and quickly back into the windup. The pitch is popped up high into the air and foul ground down the first baseline. Ginder comes over and makes the catch. So 2 consecutive foul outs forced by Loniger. He's pitching the hitters tight, which is jamming the hitters, forcing them to swing at the inside pitches, causing high pop-ups. It is a good pitching strategy to have. And now batting is right fielder Nick Fueling. He flew out to right in his last at-bat. We'll see what he does here. Loniger's first pitch is a little bit high for ball one. Fueling is a senior, one of the many on this team. There are many seniors, many juniors, and one freshman. And the next pitch from Loniger is grounded to second to Hansen, who throws it to first. No problem for Ginder for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Loniger here in the top of the 4th inning. And we'll be right back with the bottom of the 4th with a 1-0 score, Bellmont ahead on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
This is Dave Ginder, head baseball coach of the back-to-back state champion Chargers, and you're listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. We're just about set for the bottom of the 4th inning, and due up for Carroll is Tanner Ginder, Grant Wilson, and Peyton Loniger. Ginder reached on an error in his first at-bat back in the first. He was able to get all the way to third on a walk and a single, but Wilson was caught off second after a walk, and they were not able to capitalize because after that, Newman struck out. First pitch from Chronister is a breaking ball down and in on Ginder for ball one. Ginder he started the season at second, playing first now, and is definitely one of the more reliable and better hitters on the team, hitting .370. The pitch from Chronister, Ginder hits it into foul ground, and the left fielder, Fullenkamp, will not be able to get to that one. So a 1-1 count. Ginder has no home runs and 12 RBIs on the season, which is third on the team. He has 6 walks and 6 strikeouts. And the pitch from Chronister is ripped again by Ginder, but it got caught up in the air, and the second baseman, Stidham, was able to make the catch. So on a little bit of a line out, more of a pop-up. And that one came off his bat hard, but just died right after that and went right to the second baseman. So Grant Wilson up now for Carroll, and he is the best power hitter on the team. Takes a breaking ball outside for ball one. Wilson on the season has a team-leading 3 home runs and 19 RBIs. The pitch from Chronister is a breaking ball over the inside corner for strike one. Wilson is hitting .309 on the season. He does not walk often. He has 5 on the season, so his on-base percentage .367. Wilson rips this one into the left center field gap, and Wilson going for 2 here, and this time he will be safe with Carroll's second hit of the game, a double for Grant Wilson. The throw, there was a good job by center fielder Gunnar Kale to cut that one off before it could get all the way to the wall. So and this way Wilson was only able to get a double out of it instead of a probable triple. So good defensive play. Peyton Loniger up now. He singled in his first at-bat. Chronister's first pitch is a strike right down Broadway on the fastball. 0-1 count. Loniger, who is pitching tonight, has a .423 batting average, tops on the team, with a .456 on-base percentage. He has 2 homers and 17 RBIs on the season. Second pitch is a grounder, little chopper to short, and the throw across the diamond is made. Wilson advances to third on the play. So now with 2 outs, Mason Newman up. He is not known for his bat, but he has been hitting better as of late. And the shortstop, Landon Baker, has done a good job in the field so far, making a couple throws to first. Mason Newman is hitting .250 on the season with a .360 on-base percentage and no homers, 2 RBIs on the season. Takes a fastball at the knees for strike one. Newman's pitching has been very good of late. He is very valuable to the team. We'll just see if he can pick up his bat here, because a hit will definitely drive in Wilson at third. And Newman under the breaking ball, 0-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Score 1-0 Bellmont. Chronister has looked very sharp in this game. He hasn't had to throw a lot of pitches. The next one from him is just off the outside corner for a 1-2 count on Newman. He is DHing in place of Grant Inman, who made a nice catch earlier in the inning in foul territory. 1-2 count on Newman. Chronister's pitch is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Newman does have a pretty good eye, has 4 walks in just 20 at-bats on the season, which has helped raise his on-base percentage to .360, which is very respectable. So a 2-2 count, and the Chronister's pitch is ripped by Newman, and it is going to be a single between first and second, and it gets past the right fielder. Newman going for 2, and good throw, and Newman is going to make it ahead of the tag. So Wilson scores on the RBI single plus an error from the right fielder Nick Fueling, and that will tie the game at 1. Newman, that's just a good piece of hitting. He pulled that ball into right field. He was just waiting for the breaking ball, and he made no mistake when he saw it. That is his 3rd RBI of the season. Elliott Ford up now for Carroll. He flew out to center in his first at-bat. And Chronister's first pitch is fouled off by Ford to the backstop. 0-1 count. Ford, as I said earlier, is definitely a reliable hitter, but he has been slumping of late, and today is no exception. 0 for 1 in this game, and I believe he's just 1 for his last 11. And again, a delayed pause as Chronister looks back at Newman on second. Again, is going to reset himself here, wipe the sweat off his brow. It is a hot day outside, very humid, about 85 degrees, probably down to 82 by now, maybe, with a lot of humidity and plenty of wind, but it is not a refreshing wind, it's a warm one. The pitch in to Ford is a strike at the knees. So an 0-2 count quickly on him. But the weather is definitely affecting the players, especially out in the field. And it's supposed to be warm like this over the weekend, so any games Carroll has, or any team has, it's going to be hot. And the pitch from Chronister, a breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Chronister has done a good job finishing hitters off so far. He has 4 strikeouts through the first 3 2/3 innings. But the hit from Newman tied the game at 1 moments ago. Chronister sets, 1-2 count on Ford. The pitch is ripped by Ford into right center, and Fueling this time is going to make the catch. It almost got over his glove. He should have used 2 hands there. That almost cost the team another run. But instead he does hold on, and after 4 innings, the score tied at 1 here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
This is Dave Ginder, head baseball coach of the back-to-back state champion Chargers, and you're listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. We are just about set for the top of the 5th inning here on CSBN, and due up for Bellmont first is number 6, Ben Baker, the catcher. First pitch to him from Loniger is up and in, ball 1. Baker in his first at-bat grounded out to third. And the second pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt, ball 2. And Matt Kent is in the game at third base now. The third pitch is a breaking ball just off the corner for ball 3, 3-0 count. Loniger falls behind in a deep hole here. The pitch, Baker taking all the way, fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. He worked a 1-2-3 clean inning in the 4th. We'll see if he can build some momentum off that. And the pitch is hit high into the air, into shallow left. Wilson going to come on and make the catch. So that is out number 1 of the 5th inning. Loniger is able to get out of the 3-0 hole and get the out. Now batting is designated hitter Philip Bauman, who is batting for pitcher Chronister tonight. First pitch to him is a changeup right over the outside corner for strike 1. Loniger's looked pretty good here in this game. And the second pitch to him is a grounder. Kent's tall, and that one pops out of his glove. Ugh. That one he should have had. I'm not sure he would have gotten Bauman anyway, but that is going to be an error on Kent. So Bellmont is going to reach base for the second time today. He doubled in his first at-bat. And now batting is the number 9 hitter, first baseman Brooks Farrote, who is one of the key players for Bellmont because of his good defense and his senior leadership. First pitch to him, fouled off, well out of play behind him, strike one. So an 0-1 count here quickly on Farrote. Farrote along with Nick Fueling, who did make an error in right field. And that second pitch is outside, ball one. And Philip Bauman, who just reached on an error, are the three key players for Bellmont. Pitch from Loniger fouled out of play again. 1-2 count on Farrote. It's been a good game so far, but pitchers in these games with all the heat, you cannot be flustered by it. You have to stay cool, and so far both pitchers have done a good job. Loniger's pitch is a breaking ball. He almost got Farrote to chase, but he held back enough. 2 balls and 2 strikes on him with 1 out, and a runner on first, which is Bauman, who just reached on the error by Matt Kent. And the pitch, this one hit to Inman. Could be 2, makes the throw to Hansen, and the throw to first is not in time. So Farrote is going to be safe at first on the fielder's choice. With now 2 outs in the inning, the top of the order up. And now Brian Fullenkamp, the left fielder, up for his 3rd at-bat of the inning. Ross Coble is not in the game anymore. I'm not sure why, as the first pitch to Fullenkamp is fouled out of play down the third base line for strike one. You get everybody else is holding their position. Kent just came in for Coble, who probably has an injury. We'll get you more details as soon as we can. 0-1 count on Fullenkamp. The pitch is fouled back out of play. Quickly ahead of him, 0-2 is Loniger. He has not walked anybody in this game. Only given up 3 hits. He does have 2 errors from his defense, which hasn't helped him. And that pitch high, but swung on anyway, and deep into left, and it's going to one-hop off the wall. Wilson, good relay throw, and that will force the not too quick Farrote to stay at third, but that is going to be a double for Fullenkamp. He hit that one hard, a few more feet. The ball's really carrying out into center field. If you hit it more to center, it's probably a home run. Speaking of center field, center fielder Gunnar Kale up for the 3rd time. He reached on a fielder's choice and was caught stealing in his last at-bat back in the 3rd. First pitch to him is a little bit outside on the fastball for ball 1. 1-0 count on Carroll, who is a good defensive player, no doubt. He's made a couple of good plays in the field and grounds this one hard. Hot shot to Inman, who makes the play with relative ease, showing his good defensive skills, and throws it across the diamond to Ginder, no problem. So that will be the end of the top of the 5th inning. The score still tied at 1. We will be right back with the home half of the 5th on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
This is Dave Ginder, head baseball coach of the back-to-back state champion Chargers, and you're listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Just about set for the bottom of the 5th inning. Matt Kowalski is up for the 2nd time. He struck out looking in his first at-bat, but rips a single between the hole in first and second for the 4th hit of the ball game for Carroll. And that was a first pitch fastball that Kowalski made no mistake on. Cronister has not lost any velocity, but the movement on his pitches has gone, and now it is easier for the hitters to see and recognize, which is definitely an advantage for Carroll. So Matt Kent is in now for Ross Coble, who left the game. I'm not sure why. And the first pitch to Kent is a strike. He decided not to bunt. He squared around to. Kent has not played in a while. This is just his 3rd game. 0 for 3 on the season. He has also pitched in 2 games, so he could be a possible bullpen pitcher in today's game. Chronister's pitch is bunted right back to him, but Kowalski's got enough speed. He will make it to second on the fielder's choice. Kent is out at first. So Drew Tranquil is up for the second time in this game. He grounded out to short in his last at bat. And Tranquil has been demoted to the bottom of the order. He is a good defensive player. He's got power, but he has not been consistent enough in the leadoff spot, and he is down to the number 9 spot. Connor Hansen is batting leadoff now for the time being. And Kowalski checked on back at second, and Chronister will reset. There have been a couple errors in this game that have not helped either team. Both teams with one run, 4 hits, and 2 errors. Chronister's pitch is swung on by Tranquil, hit into right field pretty deep, few steps shy of the warning track, and the catch is made by Fueling. Tagging is Kowalski, and he will make it to third on the sacrifice fly from Tranquil. So that makes it 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Score tied at 1, and Connor Hansen coming up for the 3rd time today. He has struck out twice. He struck out looking in the 1st and struck out swinging in the 3rd. So we'll see if he can record a different result in the inning. A hit will score Kowalski, who has plenty of speed anyway. He has 5 stolen bases. And the first pitch to Hansen is swung on and hit into right center. Fueling drifting over to his right, and he will make the catch. And Hansen did make good solid contact on that ball, but unfortunately he did not hit them where they ain't. So that will end 5 innings here at the Dean R. Gorsuch Athletic Complex. We'll be right back with the top of the 6th on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
This is Dave Ginder, head baseball coach of the back-to-back state champion Chargers, and you're listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. And we are just about set for the top of the 6th inning. Peyton Loniger still on the hill, and coming up is the heart of the order, the 3-4-5 hitters, Landon Baker, Brian Hakes, and Matt Stidham. First pitch to Baker is a breaking ball at the thighs for strike 1. That is a good pitch. Second pitch quickly into the windup is Loniger, and another breaking ball. This one at the waist, again right over the plate for strike 2. Quickly ahead 0-2 on 2 breaking balls is Loniger. This time tries a fastball a little bit outside for 1-2 count. He does seem that he could possibly be rushing a little, but he has not thrown a ton of pitches here in the 6th. Another breaking ball dribbled right back to him, and he will make the throw over to Ginder for out number 1. So that is a quick out on 4 pitches by Loniger, and now batting is the cleanup hitter, Brian Hakes. Hakes, he popped up to short in his last at bat, which is to Inman. And the first pitch from Loniger on Hakes is a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Loniger moving quickly here in the 6th inning. The pitch on Hakes is inside for ball 2. Quickly behind 2-0 is Loniger, and he has gotten a lot of first pitch strikes in the game, has not fallen behind often. The third pitch from him out in front of it a little bit is Hakes, but he gets it between the hole, between short and third, and he will have a single. That is the 5th hit of the game for Bellmont. The Braves are a good team. They are 9-3. And they are just 3 spots behind Carroll in the state rankings. Batting now is the number 5 hitter, second baseman Matt Stidham. He popped up to first back in the 4th inning in his last at bat. First pitch to him is a fastball at the thighs for strike 1. Loniger's doing a really good job with his location, and his command has been very sharp. Second pitch is a high breaking ball. Stidham out in front of it anyway for an 0-2 count. And the breaking ball from Loniger has been so effective that even if it's missed its target, some hitters are still chasing it. And that's a sign you're having a good day. Fastball from Loniger is high for ball 1. 1-2 count. Ford made a throw down to first that bounced to Ginder, and the runner Hakes is back in there safely. Loniger with a 1-2 count. The pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt. Good block by Ford. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carroll has played well as of late. They are undefeated in conference play, 3-0, and the pitch from Loniger is a breaking ball just high, making this a full count for the first time today. 3-2 count, obviously, on the full count with 1 out and a runner on first. And the pitch is hit far into left field, and it's going to hit 1 hop off the wall. Wilson makes the throw in, and they are waving home Hakes. The relay throw from Kent is high, and Ford makes the tag. What a relay throw from Wilson into Kent, who made the throw in time, a little bit high. Great play from Ford to make the tag, and that will keep the score tied. Stidham advanced to second on the double, and just great base running great fielding by Carroll. They are a very good defensive team, and that will keep the score tied for Loniger, whose first pitch to Stidham is swung on and missed, or first pitch to Fueling, swung on and missed, strike 1. Fueling is 0 for 2 in the game. He flew out to right and grounded out to second. Second pitch to him is just off the outside corner with the fastball. 1-1 count. Both pitchers have looked good. This is the 6th inning of work for Loniger, and both pitchers have deserved to be out this long, as there is a nasty breaking ball that had a lot of sharp break. Fueling was fooled well out in front of it, and Loniger ahead of him 1-2. And the fourth pitch is just a little bit high on Fueling with a fastball, which has not had the command of his breaking ball, which has been very sharp tonight. And it is a 2-2 count. The pitch from Loniger is a breaking ball. That one is right over the plate. Fueling caught looking, and that is out number 3. So the story of the inning, after a long double by Stidham, Grant Wilson, the relay throw to Kent, who throws it to Ford, who makes the tag on Brian Hakes, which keeps the score tied after 5.5. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 6th on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
This is Dave Ginder, head baseball coach of the back-to-back state champion Chargers, and you're listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports. Due up for Carroll to start the bottom of the 6th inning are the 2-3-4 hitters, Tanner Ginder, Grant Wilson, and Peyton Loniger. The heart of the order coming up, this part of the order needs to produce some runs. There's just been one in the game from both sides, but both pitchers seem to be wearing down a little bit. First pitch from Chronister is a breaking ball in the dirt, low, ball 1 on Ginder. Ginder in the game is 0 for 1. He reached on an error and also lined out to second. And the pitch from Chronister, a fastball over the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 count. Ginder on the season hitting .370, second on the team to Loniger's .423. The pitch from Chronister is well inside. Ginder had to jump back with the little changeup coming in at him. 2 balls and a strike. Chronister has thrown some more pitches as of late. He has not had quite the command, but neither has Loniger. This has been another pitcher's duel. We've seen a couple of those lately here at the ballpark here, but those are always fun to watch, as the fourth pitch is outside on Ginder, so a 3-1 count. Ginder has drawn 6 walks on the season so far, and he has 1 stolen base if he gets on. Instead, he grounds a rocket right back to Chronister, who sees it all the way, and that will be the first out of the inning as he throws over to first. Now batting is left fielder Grant Wilson. Wilson in the game reached on a walk and was tagged out at second and doubled and came on to score Carroll's run on the RBI single from Mason Newman. Chronister into the windup. The first pitch to Wilson is a breaking ball down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Chronister is starting to fall behind some of these hitters as the wind has died down a little bit for the moment. And Wilson rips this one on the ground past the outstretched arms of a diving Brooks for out at first. And that will be a single for Wilson, who's having a good game. Peyton Loniger, the cleanup hitter, up now for Carroll. He singled in the first and grounded out to short in the fourth. So this is his third at bat of the game. And Wilson, Loniger, they can both change the score with one swing of the bat. Very good hitters. They both are. Haven't seen a home run yet, but that could change here in an instant. Chronister's first pitch to Loniger is a strike over the outside corner. Pair of 17s dueling on the mound, and they are battling each other here at the plate. Chronister ahead 0-1. Wilson is not really a threat to steal at first, and Loniger fights off the second pitch, foul down the first base line. So quickly behind 0-2. And this is the second time today Loniger's gotten behind 0-2 quickly, but the last time he was able to ground out to short. Chronister's pitch is a breaking ball just high. I thought he had him, but the umpire says otherwise. So there is a 1-2 count now on Loniger. Wilson on first has 2 stolen bases on the year. We'll see if he is going here on the 1-2 pitch. He is not, and the pitch to Loniger is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Loniger has looked good on the mound. He will probably come back out for a 7th inning of work. Chronister's thrown a little bit more pitches than he has. But the score tied at 1. Both of them have been very efficient. Chronister sets, 2-2 count on Loniger, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. That is the 5th strikeout of the game for Chronister, and first since the 3rd inning. And now coming up is the DH Mason Newman, who got a clutch RBI single back in the 4th inning to drive in Wilson, and he also struck out in his first at bat back in the 2nd inning. So runner on first, 2 outs, and the first pitch is a breaking ball over the outside corner for strike 1. Wilson is a little bit more of a change-up hitter. He's not great at hitting fastballs, not great at hitting breaking balls, but if it's in the middle with a change-up, he's normally right on it, and that's what was thrown to him. Wilson is going. The pitch is swung on and missed by Newman, and the throw sails over the head of shortstop Landon Baker, but good job by the center fielder, Gunnar Carroll, and Wilson will stay at second, but it is a stolen base nonetheless. Newman was well out in front of the pitch, so an 0-2 count quickly on Newman, who has already struck out once in the game. He has struck out 6 times already, now 7 on the season, and he is 1 pitch away from making it 8. Chronister gets the sign from the catcher, sets, moving a little slower than Loniger did, and the pitch is a fastball just a little bit high for ball 1. 1-2 count as we are moving quickly here, and through almost 6 innings, it's been just an hour and 10 minutes. Very quick. Good pace to the game here at the high school level most of the time, as the moon is starting to come through a little bit, even though it's bright and sunny out. And the pitch, Newman is able to fight off. Foul ball, 1-2 count. The wind is a little bit died down from a couple innings ago, but it is still a factor, blowing out into center field as the catcher, Ben Baker, comes out to calm down Chronister, who hasn't been quite as effective in the last inning or 2, but has still done a good job holding the powerhouse Carroll offense to just 1 run after they exploded for 8 the other day against East Noble. That was on Tuesday. The pitch to Newman is high, and that will bring it to a 2-2 count with Wilson on second, so a runner in scoring position. Newman has another RBI opportunity. He already has one. That was his third of the season. He does not bat a lot. He is a good pitcher. Not great at the plate, though, but he has been clutch today. Chronister sets into the windup, and the pitch is high, and there is a full count on Newman. Newman has drawn 4 walks so far on the season, and he is... So Wilson will be going here with the full count and 2 outs. It will not matter what happens with Newman. Chronister is really starting to move slow here, getting the sign from Ben Baker. He seems to be fatiguing. And the pitch is low at the knees. Newman fouls it back, and will do this again. Newman's done a good job today, fighting some off and staying alive in his at-bats. He's showing some tenacity, which is good out of a hitter. He definitely puts in a lot of effort. Even though he's not the most successful hitter, you always want to see somebody put that effort through. The payoff pitch is a breaking ball outside, and Newman will walk. So runners on first and second now with 2 outs for the catcher, Elliott Ford. Ford is 0 for 2 in the game. He has flown out to center in the second and flown out to right in the fourth. Carroll has 1 run on 5 hits. Bellmont 1 run on 6 hits, and both teams have 2 errors. So runners on first and second for Ford with 2 outs. And the first pitch to him is a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Ford, it is a gorgeous day outside, just hot. There is not a cloud in the sky right now, but the wind and the humidity are making it a little bit tough on the playing conditions. Chronister's pitch is low on a little bit of a changeup, which is going to make it a 2-0 count on Ford. And now there is going to be a conference. The manager, the pitching coach, comes out. So does the catcher, and looks like the third baseman is going to come over and say a few words. So we have a moment here. I'm sure they're just telling Chronister to calm down. I'm sure they're just trying to get him here through the 6th inning, as there is going to be some activity in the bullpen. Philip Bauman, who has been the DH for Chronister today, is going to get up and start throwing. But it seems that Chronister is going to regain a little bit of that composure, and they are definitely just trying to coach him through 6. His command, his control have fallen off a little bit here, definitely in the 6th inning. But he has been able to manage 2 outs. There are runners on first and second, though, so a hit would possibly drive in Wilson. And Chronister ready again. The next pitch to Ford is ripped into left and over the head of the left fielder Fulenkamp, and Wilson is going to come around and score. And so here comes Newman, and he scores also. So a 3-1 lead now for Carroll on a hard hit ball from Elliott Ford, and there is the bat everybody's been waiting for. So after the infield conference, it obviously did not work. Ford gets the 2 RBI double with 2 outs here in the 6th, and Carroll has its first lead of the game. Now batting for Carroll is the right fielder, batting 7th tonight, number 12, Matt Kowalski. He swung out looking in the 2nd inning and singled and got to 3rd in the 5th, but could not come home from there. Still a runner in scoring position, which is Ford. So still a scoring opportunity, and pinch running for Ford is going to be Riley Schutte. He does have speed. He is one of the best stolen base players on the team. He has 4, which is tied for 2nd on the team. Ross Coble, the leader, with 6, but Schutte has gotten his 4 in limited opportunities. So Kowalski set. Chronister gets the sign from the catcher, Ben Baker. And into the windup, the pitch is a check swing in there for his called strike anyway, for strike 1. And the Chronisters definitely seemed a bit flustered here in the 6th inning. He is obviously getting tired, and he has just lost some velocity, and the pitches have been easier to hit. That breaking ball, very slow, and bounces in the dirt for ball 1. So 1-1 count now on Kowalski. Kowalski is hitting .229 on the season, but that average has been raised a little with his single back in the 5th. Chronister's next pitch to him is a ball in the dirt, and going is Schutte, and he is out by a mile at third base. So Schutte caught stealing, and that will end the 6th inning. There was still a possible scoring threat, but the aggressive base running strategy backfires. So at the end of 6, however, Carroll has its first lead of the game, 3-1 over the visiting Bellmont Braves, and we'll be right back with the top of the 7th inning here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
This is Dave Ginder, head baseball coach of the back-to-back state champion Chargers, and you're listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Getting set for the top of the 7th and what could be the final inning. If Carroll retains their lead after 3 outs, the game will be over. And the bottom third of the order is due up, starting with catcher Ben Baker, who takes the first pitch for a breaking ball at the knees, strike 1. Batting also are going to be DH Philip Bauman and first baseman Brooks Farrat. The second pitch to Baker is a ball outside. So 1-1 count. Loniger is going for the complete game victory here. He's been very effective. Third pitch is hit high in the air, fly ball. Wilson going back at the warning track. Wall, see ya! A home run by Ben Baker. And now it is suddenly a 3-2 game. Carroll still with the lead, though. Baker hit that one over the left center field fence, just under the very nice electronic scoreboard out there. But it missed it. But that was well hit as the team comes out to congratulate Baker. That pitch was a fastball right down Broadway from Loniger. And now coming up is the DH Philip Bauman, who has doubled and reached on an error in the game. He pops one up down into foul territory. Wilson is not going to get there. Strike 1. So that one was hit very hard. It was right over the plate, and Baker made no mistake on it. He was able to get full extension and hit it over the left center field fence. Pitch from Loniger is a breaking ball over the outside corner for strike 2. So quickly ahead 0-2 on Bauman. Into the windup. The pitch is fouled up high, and this one's going to get out of play. So still an 0-2 count. Bauman, it was going to come in and pitch probably the 7th if it was necessary, but now it might not be, as he fouls this one off. Still 0-2 count on him. Loniger has not been able to get a lot of strikeouts today. He has just 2 on the game, but now would be a good time for one. The pitch is a fastball right down the middle, and that is a strikeout. Speak of the devil. So that is going to be out number 1 of the inning. And now batting is the number 9 hitter, first baseman Brooks Farrat. He is 0 for 1 in the game. He grounded out to the pitcher as he takes a strike, and also reached on a fielder's choice. Second pitch to Farrat is hit high in the air, pop up into shallow right. Calling it is Kowalski, who ranges over and makes the catch. So that is out number 2. 1 out away from a victory for Carroll is Loniger, and coming up is the leadoff hitter, Brian Fullenkamp. Loniger has 3 strikeouts on the day, all looking. Fullenkamp doubled in his last at-bat. He's also reached on an error. This is the 4th at-bat for him. Loniger's first pitch is fouled up high, out of play over the hill there, and it out of play on the right field line, and that is strike 1. Loniger quickly sets into the windup, and the pitch is hit hard right at Hansen, who drops it, regains it, and makes a bad throw to Ginder, who could not make the scoop, and that, instead of ending the game, is going to be an error definitely on Hansen. You don't see a lot of those. And Fulenkamp is on first, and now the winning run is at the plate. Gunnar Kale, excuse me. He has reached on a fielder's choice and been thrown out at second, and he is also grounded out to short. So this is now a dangerous situation, 1 out away, but there is a runner on first, and another home run will give Bellmont the lead, and that will force Carroll to come up in the bottom of the 7th, which is obviously not what the home fans want here. There are a lot of fans in the bleachers behind home plate next to the Carroll dugout. And the pickoff move is unsuccessful to try to get Fulenkamp. Carroll is digging back in. He is ready. Loniger sets. And the pitch is a breaking ball at the waist for strike 1. His breaking ball throughout this entire game has been very sharp. And I think he should go to it as his out pitch if he could get a second strike. And that one is hit high into deep right center. Is it going to get over? No, it is off the wall. The throw in from Tranquil, and it looks Fulenkamp is going to be safe. And the throw gets past Ford, and the game is tied. Oh my goodness. So that is going to be a RBI triple for Kale. And there was not a great relay throw there. If that one went too much farther past Ford, that was going to score Kale and win the game, give Bellmont the lead. So instead of winning the game, a home run, an error by Hansen, which if was an out would have ended the game, and then an RBI triple ties the game at 3 here in the top of the 7th, and good clutch hitting from the visiting Braves of Bellmont, who are not rattled under pressure at all. So now coming up is the third hitter, shortstop, Landon Baker, who is 0 for 2 in the game. He has struck out looking and has also grounded out to the pitcher, Loniger. And we'll see if he can get an out here. Bellmont's going to get the lead. So Carroll is not able to hang on to a 2-run lead provided by their offense in the 6th inning. Loniger is going to slow down here. He does not want to mess up again. He at least wants to give Carroll a chance to win it in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch from him is a fastball that is popped up and out of in play, but not quite high enough for a fielder to get under it. Strike 1. Loniger's fastball is not showing great command tonight, but his curveball has been great. But unfortunately, that fastball was served on a silver platter over the plate to Kale, and that breaking ball is just high for ball 1. So a 1-1 count now on Baker. Third pitch to him is a curveball, that is chopped out in foul ground for strike number 2. So a 1-2 count on Baker, And the pitch is swung on, and just getting a piece of it to stay alive is Baker. It is a foul ball. Still a 1-2 count, and they're definitely just trying to get Loniger through 7 now. He is definitely seemed rattled, and I'm not sure who would come in to pitch, but who knows, they might not need an 8th inning if Carroll's offense can produce in the bottom of the inning. We'll see. So 2 outs, 1 ball, 2 strike count with a runner on third, Kale, and the pitch is a fastball high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Loniger just really seems to be wanting that out. He is moving quickly. The pitch is a breaking ball, hit to second. Hansen this time going to make the play and get it over to first for the out, keeping the game tied at 3. So Hansen, though, however, does make a costly error, and instead of catching the ball or even throwing it to first, the runner, which would have ended the game, the runner was safe and then hit home by an RBI triple by the next hitter, Gunnar Carroll. So after 6.5, we will need a bottom of the 7th. We will be right back with it on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
This is Dave Ginder, head baseball coach of the back-to-back state champion Chargers, and you're listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. We're just about set for the bottom of the 7th inning of what's been a very exciting game. Carroll was not able to hold on to a 2-run lead based on a solo shot from Ben Baker and also a error and then an RBI triple. So it is a tie game at 3, and the first pitch to Kowalski from Chronister still out there is a ball low. So a 1-0 count now on Kowalski, who's getting a second chance at the plate after Schutte was thrown out at third base in the middle of his last at-bat. So, and the second pitch also low and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Kowalski is 1 for 2 in the game. He has struck out looking and singled. Third pitch to him is high and tight for a quick 3-0 count. And the golden rule, I seriously doubt Kowalski will be swinging at this pitch. Do not swing on a 3-0 count. That's what all my baseball coaches always told me. And if you did swing at it, you'd have to run a little bit. Nobody ever wanted to do that. Pitch from Chronister is a fastball right down the middle for strike 1. So a 3-1 count, and we'll see if Chronister can battle his way back. There is activity in the Carroll bullpen, if necessary, for the 8th inning. And the 5th pitch is low for ball 4. So Kowalski is going to walk. And that is just the 3rd walk issued by Chronister today. And now coming up is Ross Coble. So Coble is up all of a sudden. And he has come back in for Kent. There's been some odd strategy in this game so far. Coble had a couple at bats, then came out, Kent came in, and now Coble's back. So we'll see what Coble can do here. Back up. He was 0 for 1 before he came out. He flew out to left. So he's got a runner on first with no outs. Kowalski and Coble take the first pitch is he takes it. Instead, he tried to square around to bunt but did not do it. And that is strike 1. So quickly ahead of him is Chronister, 0-1. Kowalski has decent speed on first, and Chronister's taking a look over there. Does not throw over, and the bunt from Coble is to the third baseman. And there is a good throw made, but that will advance Kowalski to second on the sacrifice bunt. Good throw by third baseman Brian Hakes, who hasn't really had a lot of activity over there today, but he did a good job charging that ball and making a good throw across his body right on target to Brooks Farad. So there is a runner in scoring position for Drew Tranquil, and if he wants to redeem himself now that he has dropped to the number 9 spot instead of the 1 spot in the order, now would be a fantastic time to do it. A run would win the game for Carroll, and with a runner in scoring position, this is a great scoring chance. The first pitch is high, ball 1, to Tranquil, who is 0 for 1 in the game with a sacrifice fly in the 5th. He also grounded out to short in the 3rd inning. So 1-0 count on Tranquil, who is very good at drawing walks. He has 15 walks on the season. Second pitch is hit high in the air, pop up in the infield, and that'll be caught by the shortstop, Landon Baker. And that is not what you want to do if you're Tranquil. So now coming up is the top of the order, Connor Hansen, who is 0 for 3 in the game with 2 strikeouts and a fly out to right field. And now would be a good time for him to get the bat going. A hit will possibly score Kowalski. Depends on how hard and where it is hit, obviously. He is ready. Chronister sets, and the first pitch is hit by Hansen, and it is stopped. And Kowalski is going home, and the throw is dropped, and Kowalski is safe at home. Carroll wins. Wow, what an interesting end to the game. Connor Hansen gets the walk-off single on the first pitch. It is stopped by the shortstop Baker, and Kowalski was coming home. He thought it got through, which it didn't, but a bad throw from Baker, Landon Baker, Ben Baker, could not handle it at home. He dropped it, and Kowalski is in there safely. So the final score from the Dean R. Gorsuch Athletic Complex in a very entertaining game. Carroll Chargers win 4-3 over the visiting Bellmont Braves. We will be right back with your post-game show here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
This is Dave Ginder, head baseball coach of the back-to-back state champion Chargers, and you're listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to your post-game show here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Carroll wins a thrilling 4-3 game here in 7 with a walk-off single from Connor Hansen, who ripped the first pitch to short. It was stopped by Landon Baker, and Kowalski, who was on second, went to third. He just came home immediately, and he was safe on the bad throw from Baker, and catcher Ben Baker could not handle it. So Carroll's going to win in an odd fashion. Bellmont started the scoring with one run in the first. Then Carroll answered eventually with a run in the fourth. Carroll got two more in the sixth. Bellmont answered with two in the top of the seventh, and Carroll got the one odd run in the bottom half to win the game 4-3. The final lines for the pitchers, who were both pretty good until the last couple innings when they started to struggle. First, the winning pitcher, Peyton Loniger of Carroll, 7 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Improved control from him. And his counterpart, Matt Chronister, got the loss, 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So it was a very exciting game. Most valuable players for both teams, you got to give some awards to Bellmont at the bottom third of their lineup. First, Ben Baker, the number 7 hitter, got the leadoff home run to start the 7th inning to bring Bellmont within 1, and then Gunnar Carroll, who got the RBI triple, very clutch, with 2 outs in the top of the 7th that brought home Brian Fullenkamp. For Carroll, Connor Hansen, who started 0 for 3 and got a very odd walk-off single to bring in Kowalski. Also, Grant Wilson, who was 2 for 3 with 2 runs and a stolen base. They were both very effective in the game. If you go through the whole lineup for both teams, Bellmont, Brian Fullenkamp went 1 for 1. He got a double and reached on an error twice. Gunnar Carroll went 1 for 2. He tripled, grounded out to short, and reached on a fielder's choice. Landon Baker went 0 for 3. He struck out and grounded out twice. Brian Hakes went 0 for 2. 1 for 2. He singled and popped up to short. Matt Stidham went 1 for 2, doubled and flew out to popped up to the pitcher or first base. Nick Fueling went 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout. Ben Baker went 1 for 3. He had a home run, a ground out, and a flyout. Philip Bauman, who DH'd, went 1 for 2 with a double, a strikeout, and he reached on an error. And the number 9 hitter, Brooks Farrat, went 0 for 2 with a ground out and a flyout, and also reached on a fielder's choice. For Carroll, Connor Hansen went 1 for 4 with a single to end the game. He also flew out to right and struck out twice. Tanner Ginder went 0 for 2 with a line out and a ground out, and he also reached on an error. Grant Wilson went 2 for 2 with a single, double, stolen base, and he also reached on a walk. Peyton Loniger went 1 for 3. He singled, grounded out to short, and struck out. Mason Newman went 1 for 2. He singled home Wilson. He struck out, and he also walked and scored eventually. Elliott Ford went 1 for 3 in the game, but he had a clutch 2-out hit that brought in 2 runs. He doubled, was caught stealing, and he also flew out twice. Matt Kowalski scored the winning run. He went 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a strikeout. Ross Coble and Matt Kent combined to go 1 for 1 with a 0 for 1. Coble flew out, Kent reached on a fielder's choice, and Coble advanced Kowalski on a sacrifice bunt. And finally, Drew Tranquil went 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. He popped up to short and also grounded out to short. So, again, the final score was 4-3 Carroll. We apologize again for the technical difficulties at the beginning of the game. Sorry we couldn't get the first inning to you, but we hope you enjoyed the last 6 of a very exciting game. Please join us on Monday when the girls take on Homestead. You can also join us on Tuesday when the JV boys play also here at the DNR Gorsuch Athletic Complex against Homestead. And the next time you can see these varsity boys is next Thursday against conference foe Columbia City. So that'll about wrap it up here from the DNR Gorsuch Athletic Complex. I'm Matthew James. We hope you enjoyed a very exciting 4-3 win from your Carroll Chargers. We will see you next time here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You've been listening to Charger Baseball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.